this picture though. So we are live, brothers. We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome back, creative natives. Welcome back again, black men, to the Black Men Think Tank, the round table where we just discuss black men issues. I am your host, Brother Jalahi. Jalahi, the spiritual minister, the one with strength. I'm excited to be back for episode 2, man. I got my brothers in the building with me, and we got another powerful topic. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna start off by letting them introduce themselves again, and we're gonna dive right in, family. We're gonna let some people get in the room. So let's do this, brothers. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yes,
Yo, what's
sir.
up,
Yes,
man?
sir.
Yeah, thanks for my bad. So I gotta go first, but
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
appreciate you for having us on here, man. It's always great, real powerful shit, man. Get the minds going. Yeah, this AK represent BLAK Association, BLAK Apparel. Go follow the Instagram, BLAK Apparel _ design. I fit all of your fashion needs. But let my
Yes,
brother Soul
sir. Yes,
introduce
sir.
himself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you, July, for having me, man. It's your brother Eli Soul. Um, Government name Percy Williams. Representing KVA 90s, man. Y'all know how we going. Man, it's such a great bill. Such we last time I had to leave a little bit early. You know what I mean? Had to get some sleep in, but now I'm back on a good schedule. So man, I'm excited to build with my brothers, man. Definitely excited for this build, man. I hope all is well. I hope everybody enjoying the live. Shout out to KK. Shout out to BLAK. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
for that, brother. Man, that's powerful. That's a powerful intro, actually, and that's gonna segue us right in, family, to the question of the day, the think tank, where we dive deep. I actually want to post a picture so that I can read it to you guys as well. But I'll start with the question. So actually, the first question I want to start with is, do we think masculinity is toxic today? Do we actually think that the display of masculinity that we see today in today's, media, um, even with your everyday brothers, because I think we have to start separating the entertainment and Hollywood brothers from, your everyday average black man out here. So, do we think masculinity is displayed as toxic today? We could start with AK. I'm gonna start with K.
Uh, yeah, you know what? Like I'm starting to see this thing where you don't ever see it. Nobody ever says anything to it in person. It's always people that say that masculinity is a thing like over the internet. I personally have never met any grown man that has said, yeah, but that's toxic, man, or no, don't say that. You know what I mean? And it's starting to be not against it, but people are speaking up over the internet versus in person. So I think it's just I think it's just one of those things that's in right now, man. They wasn't talking about toxic masculinity back since the beginning of time. There was the man does this, the woman does that, and the man is the we came further in life to know that the man is more than just the provider and the worker, but still there was nothing that a man did that I know of that they reported as toxic masculinity. It's just the newer men, the newer generation of men that want to explore more, and they see that it doesn't fit into the common man, and they think that it's toxic, or they think that it's feminine or emasculate. So we have to define that for ourselves, but I straddle the fence with it because we define it for ourselves, but we also I believe still have to stick to the dictum of what being a man is and what a man does. So I know Soul really is hard on this topic. So what do you have to say? So
Um, my take on that would be this: I don't believe in this current society, in this current dynamic, that masculinity is toxic. But I do believe in a lot of cases, and in most cases, especially with melanated men, black men specifically, I think it has been eradicated more so than it's been turned into a negative thing. And I can give you an example. Um, Plenty times we see black boys growing up with single mothers, and this is not to go in on single mothers or anything, because I feel like they're doing an amazing job at what they're doing. But too many times, especially in my lifetime, all the friends that I've gathered through my life, we've all grew up with either our fathers weren't present in the home, or they weren't even present in the boy's life to even make any impact or any what would I say, any imprint on the boy's life, to where I guess you would say he didn't grow up with a masculine presence really in his life. And with today, with as far as when Jalahi was speaking upon, I believe celebrities or entertainment, I would say a lot of these guys are just normal guys that we grow up with, whether or not in the hood or in the suburbs or wherever, where men are like the father figure or the father role hasn't been filled with the actual father in the home. And now we're starting to see that this has became such a huge norm, to where now anything that seems to be masculine, or anytime you see a black man in any light or any image, whether it be on TV, whether it be in sports, whether it be, and I'm only giving these examples because these are examples that most people can identify with. You see them in
mhm.
acting as if they have feminine behavior, or acting as if they have zero masculinity in them. Not necessarily that it's toxic, but that masculinity in a whole, from my perspective, is not how these guys are portraying it to be, or how these guys are behaving. To be completely unaware of your sexual energy, and not have any discipline with that, to me is not masculine. To be very undecisive and very what I say, emotionally in distress, and
I
constantly
like
trying
that.
to
Yeah.
seek for attention and do all these things or whatever, that we growing up we seen our mothers doing, or we seen our sisters doing. We seen the women in our household being completely, and this is not to go in on them, and I don't want to, I really don't want to take it as that. But it, from what I was always growing up seeing, is women were needed masculine men in their lives because they provided order in their lives. Not necessarily because,
Hmm.
oh, he provides, and oh, he makes me feel protected. Yeah, those are all things that, anyone really can do. But when it comes down to it, when a man is in a house, it's a certain shift in the frequency in how everything is being constructed and being conducted, especially within the mind of a man. You know what I'm saying? When you're a young boy, and you don't have anybody to teach you man shit. You know what I mean? How else do you get that? How else do you get that? You know what I'm saying? Those tools and those skills that you're going to need once you grow older, such as we are. So that's what I would say.
mm,
That's
mm,
facts, because this
mm.
the fact that we're having this conversation is our fault, because not that this is the only source that it comes from, but that shit starts with us not being there, from the sea until in independence. You know what I mean? So it's some emasculate shit, it's some beta shit to want to do the action to have a family. You watch the woman for 9 months, you know what I'm saying, she's telling you that your seed's on the way, and you still, at the end, after all that time, you still choose not to be there, and you still choose to, you know what I'm saying, not be out of the picture. So we start that. We put them in positions to where they have to be the man of the house and teach their sons how to be men and things like that. So it starts with us. This is why this is a great topic, because I know the brother July, he always says everything starts from within. So as men, we have to start realizing that the source of this shit is coming from us. And it don't always mean being tough, being a hard ass, and being so bulletproof to everything, but to also understand part of emasculation is to take care of what you brought into. And that's not even just life. That's even if you sign up for all this shit, you start taking all kind of loans, you have to be able to step up and handle the responsibility to pay back the money that you borrowed. It's just the fact of responsibility that I think that's a huge masculine trait that needs to be acknowledged. I'm gonna let the brother July, he go ahead.
Yes, man. I I definitely agree with both of you brothers, and I want to thank you for sharing those points. My point will be to agree and elaborate with both of you on the point of, like Soul said, I wouldn't necessarily call it toxic today, but these may not be those traditional traits that we seen in strong men. I remember me and Soul was talking about this a while back, when I think the league had that shutdown for a few months to start the season. And remember, every NBA player was talking about starting their own league. And me and Soul was like, man, can you just imagine a league full of Russell Westbrooks and shit? You know what I'm saying? A league full of strong men, or can we imagine a room full of strong men? You know what I mean? We wouldn't be able to imagine that because we don't see it, because we see so much hate between us as men. So that's where the toxic traits come from. Is just like you brother said. I think it's us as men not being willing to display these traditional traits, which we were able to show love, we were able to show respect, we were able to show individuality without, I got crucified the other day for sharing Lil Uzi picture and stuff, without, sitting to the side or rolling your eyes and shit like that. It's okay to be your own individual. And here's where I agree with you, Kay. We create our own definitions of masculinity, but we miss a crucial point, which means we are judged by other men as well. You're judged by other men. You are seen by other men, younger men, older men. So yeah, you may consider your wave or your display of masculinity as masculine, but if it's not overall healthy for the community, you're gonna get people, judging you and saying, hey, I kind of don't agree with that lane of masculinity. Now, my point to Soul and my dad and other black men with this topic, I want to use Lil Uzi as an example, is that again, these are what labels and ego bring. Why can't we just support another black man? Now, yes, we don't have to necessarily support his antics, which is the bending over and rolling your eyes and all that shit. We don't have to support those antics, but he still is another black man that has a family that he has to take care of, that he has a community of his own that he's leading in a way. You know what I mean? So we have to still kind of support that, and at least kind of guide it in a direction. That's why I post that shit to be trolly, because I kind of want people to see, look at the labels that we put on each other, and then we will stop messing with each other or working with other black men over labels. This is the whole conquer and divide technique. So, I just want to leave that point right there, man. We can be individuals, and we wouldn't call it toxic, but we don't see a display of, just traditional, good old fashioned masculinity nowadays, man. So My next question would be
Your
for you.
pops was funny as hell. Let me
Yeah,
say real quick. He funny as hell. He said he was a presidential cocksucker. A presidential cocksucker. Like that shit is hilarious. He said that's not how you got a point too that he's still handling shit outside the pictures, but he has a point as well. So
let
when
me
you
let me
have
just
that
let me
high
get,
or you have that level,
my
go
bad. Go
ahead,
ahead,
chime
King.
in, go ahead.
No, let me just chime in on this. I'm
Oh
when
yeah,
it comes to that situation, or what I believe the true question is this, or I guess what I my take is, there there is no standard of masculinity. Out of like let's excuse the fact that little Uzi Vert is our age, right? He's our age, so he's already developed himself to be who he is at this point. I'ma just assume that. But what I'm speaking from is at a younger age, when you are at your most impressionable, let's say 13, between 13 and 9 years old, as far as yourself as just like, because those are the times where you're really starting to figure out like, yo, like I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I used to grow up with, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of my female cousins and stuff like that, and we used to always play around, and you know what I'm saying, you know, when you're young, you're not really paying attention to like, you know, sex or gender or anything like that, you know what I mean? You're not even really in that kind of mind space yet. But it wasn't until I started to get older, and obviously, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, I started growing, you know, male parts, and my female, they started growing female parts as well. That's when you know, the older guys, and I remember one time I was in the living room, right, and I'm just chilling, you know what I mean, doing, you know, normal family things, for, you know, whatever, and I crossed my legs as if like how a woman would cross her legs, right, like just normally, naturally. And my uncle was like, "Oh hell no, you not gonna sit like that." You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna sit like that. You're not gonna play
damn.
with you're not gonna play. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna sit with doll. You're not gonna play with dolls. I remember like he caught me playing like with my, you know what I mean, with my cousin dolls and shit. And like literally that day, like he was like, you know what? We're gonna go to Toys R Us. This is when Toys, you know, for all the, you know, all the '90s people. This is when like Toys R Us was the thing, and like he was like, you know what? We buying you GI Joe, He Man, all types of just mass. You know what I mean? Boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just stuff that like, you know, us as boys that we, you know what I mean, like that we more gravitated to, because you know what I mean. That's, you know, that was the time that we were growing into who we are. So when I speak on, you know, these celebrities, I kind of hate speaking on them because it kind of makes it seem as if they are the leaders of the community when they're not completely, but they have the biggest influence. I can't deny that. You get what I'm saying? I can't deny that these guys have the most influence on our communities, whether we like it or not. So that's why I'm very strict and very, I go hard body on these niggas, because women look up to them, little boys look up to them. Every, you know what I mean? Everybody around us see these people as icons, or as, you know what I'm saying, as figures in our community. So of course I'm gonna always put them under that scope and critique them, you know, whether it be harsh or not. But you know, it's always with love. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going, like like July, he dead, like he went kind of hard body, but you know what I'm saying. But either way, it's like, you know,
yeah, he be
we
going crazy.
he went kind of hard body. But it's like, man, we gotta critique, because man, this is, you know, we gotta critique them in that way, man. We have to.
Everybody
I
gotta
guess.
get critique. You know, if that's your aim is to be out here and be seen, like you gotta take the smoke, and that's why he do that shit. You know, again, not even to just talk about him, but that's why we see anything and are able to critique anything, because these people put this shit out and they want all the smoke. So
Yeah,
I've
that's
I've been
I
in
yeah.
agree.
I
situations
agree.
too
I
where it
agree.
was like, no, you don't do that shit because is for men or for boys. But
Yeah.
I started realizing the intention. Like these aren't the same. These same motherfuckers that was telling me like this is what men do. Most of them are not around. Now that I'm a man and shit,
Mm,
because they didn't have it figured out. They just had the little antics of, oh, girls do this. Only girls, and it's not
yeah,
even
yeah.
about that. Like, not even just about doing what girls do. Like, it's, oh, that
But
don't
see,
no
we
man
gon'
cry, don't. Yeah, go ahead.
no, my bad. See, that's gonna be a point in a question that I bring up after this next question because
Okay.
that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Is it the problem of is there a lack of male presence? Or do niggas just our niggas just fruity. Our niggas not just wanting to be masculine.
Right.
But let me do this. Let me do this. So my brother Mike Page said, I think masculinity is a form of energy, and energy is a tool we use for life. If you are given the best tools in the world and you don't know how to use them, you're not going to be successful at all.
Mm, I
So
like
that's
that. I
that's
like that.
that's 100. And I mean, again, that's applied knowledge.
I like that.
Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. So let me go into this next question, man. We building, man. I definitely
I like this.
I'm liking the energy, man. So my next question will be, um, as I mentioned, like what what is traditional masculinity then? What will we call the traits of a traditionally masculine man? So we can start with you, my brother.
Great question. Great question. Number one, I would say the number one trait, and there's many traits, or there's multiple traits. I know I probably might leave a few out, and my brothers might add on a few more. But the few that I say that are extremely critical. Number one would be discipline. To me, that discipline to me is what separates us from women. And I can give you an example right now. When women get emotional or when they're under distress, they are more inclined to find comfort or find something to fill the void, whether or not that void might not even be toxic or healthy in any kind of way. That is something that they naturally find themselves doing when they are in a state of distress, which makes them less likely to be disciplined. Not to say that, women can't be disciplined, but that's an extreme masculine trait because without us as men being disciplined, and this could be, whether it could be financially, sexually, mentally, emotionally, health wise, you can kind of see it in a man's overall character that this man lacks discipline. And you can just, you know what I mean, you can just see it just in how his all of his endeavors, that is some trait that he has yet to really be able to master. So I would say discipline is one. I would say two would be also being emotionally advanced, or I would say emotionally mature, because like my brother say a lot of times, emotion, or what Mike Page said, energy and emotion, which is energy, like obviously energy and motion. If you can't control your emotions at all, which like I said before, my last previous take that I said, if you can't control emotion, such as like I say, why we see a lot of high crime, or why we see a lot of brothers out here having sex with multiple women, when one is not working out, they jump to the next relationship, and then they jump to the next relationship, fucking up household to household. That is a sign of a man who is just emotionally out of control. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we've seen it in multiple times where men who are just emotionally out of control,
Yeah.
they do a lot of things. And this is, and let me say this. When a man is in that state of mind, he's the most dangerous, because we being the greatest, obviously the greatest, creations that God have put on this earth, because we can do so much damage by being emotionally out of control. We can do so much damage to just not only to our women but to other men in our communities. We kill each other. We do all types of things that, you know what I'm saying, that is just such a detriment. So I would say emotionally being emotionally distressed or not being stoic, I guess if that's for lack of other words. Then I would say the third one is having a high sense of self and a high sense of confidence. Those three I think would be are very critical. And why I say confidence is because women look to us to be confident. Without us being confident, so like let's just say for instance, if I'm chilling with my lady, right? We sleep, you know what I'm saying? It's late at night or whatever. Somebody kicked down the door. I have to put even though yes, we as men, we humans. So we have fear or we have, you know what I'm saying, the capability to feel like, like damn, like uncertain about things. But my like literally I've seen situations where it could be like, I don't want to put, my personal business out there, but it was situations where me and my lady had to make critical decisions. And I could see in her face that she was looking to me to make that that critical decision. She was looking at me to make it. And I can tell it gave her a sense of comfort that I was not phased by what was going to happen and that I had everything under control. Now, obviously, deep down inside, I was scared as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I was scared as shit. Like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like, in my mind, I was, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely shook, but I had to be confident and show her that, like, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? It's a man in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to be. You have nothing to be in fear of. You know what I'm saying? You in the presence of a good man. So you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? You gotta provide that that peace in her mind, that, you know what I'm saying, you with a king, you know what I'm saying, you with somebody who gonna handle business, whether shit going wrong or, you know what I mean. I'm always be here for you, handling things how I should as a man. So those be the three things I would definitely say are masculine traits. Just starting off out the gate. That's what I would say.
I like that. I like that. Okay.
Anything you got, K?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go off of what Soul said and have a about the confidence is having the standard too, or not confidence, discipline. You got to have a standard for yourself to set some discipline. You have to weed out the shit that you will and won't do under any measures that can either have you lose a sense of respect, a sense of sanity, or even some fucking money. Like if you're at a loss and we know by making bad choices, we at a loss, no matter what the loss is. You have to be able to set that standard to be disciplined enough to not do some shit. Like that's why my whole philosophy is the black men don't cheat thing. And we sitting here breaking down what men, well, kind of just the surface level of what a man is. I think a man is loyal, but it's still in that's what separates the guys that's ready and not ready to settle down. That's a different thing too. But it's because again, it's confidence. If you put out that black men don't cheat, like you're confident. I'm confident in my brothers that they're loyal to their women and that they're loyal to the cause and everything that comes behind it, and loyal to themselves and loyal to their standards. That even if shit don't work out with this woman, they got the strength to leave or to continue to do what they need to do for them. A true black man is really reliable. Not even just a black, we talking men, even black men too, but a man is reliable, somebody that you can count on. We kind of started the whole, oh, your word means everything, because when we say shit needs to be done or when shit is told for us to be done, we do it, we handle it. And that's how we got the label of being the provider and the worker and shit, because it needed to be done. We were the ones doing it. Women had their ways that they were needed, but we came first. Um, I hope I'm not getting off track when I say this one,
Mm, mm,
but real a real man to me, the philosophy I go off of is that a real man also has someone to look up to. And I think that would kind of go to toxic masculinity or some softness to a lot of the older generation. But we need a one up. Everybody needs a one up. We all need somebody doing better than us. And acknowledging it, not just a moment of pity, like, damn, they doing better than me. I don't have this, but this person is doing better than me. Clearly, not even as far as materials, just the way that they think and the way they move, the activities that they get involved in. This person is one up on me. And we have to learn to engage in those people, and we lose our masculinity when we think that it's gay or some lame shit if we consciously go under somebody that can teach us and show us that we have to be teachable and learn to
Right.
be
Somebody
more
to guide us.
impressionable, or
Right.
not
Somebody to guide
impressionable,
us.
sorry,
Right. Right.
influential.
Hmm.
A lot of us think that we you hear it in rap. I got it out the mud by myself. I did this shit with no help. All of
mm.
that shit. That's a misguided motherfucker if you ask me.
Facts. That's false. Actually, that's a false narrative. And
It's a terrible narrative.
I
any nigga
agree.
that say he did it by himself, they lying. But see, that's a whole nother topic
Straight lie. Straight
because
lie.
that's how they give reverence to the labels that put them on instead of the niggas that let them stand in the hood and shoot videos. Because
Right.
these
Right.
niggas don't really be street. You feel me? But to to go off, you know what I'm saying?
He
Real
ain't
shit.
lying
So
though.
this is why you see a lot of artists when they get on is you couldn't they got that Kanye attitude. You can't tell me nothing because listen, a lot of black men don't respect the opinion or the thoughts of other black men. So
Mm.
when our pops, when our grandfathers, when other black men that may care about you, they may tell you something, we just be like, you can't tell me nothing, I'm gonna do it my way. And that's how we see these brothers, when they get on in music, it's like they not talking to you about the OGs that put that dope money in their pocket and stuff. No, they saying how the A&Rs that Sony gave them, the recognition and things like that. You feel me?
Right.
So,
Let me,
but the
Jay, let me piggyback off what you said real quick.
mm-hmm,
So I believe I made a status. I made a status, and it was a little long winded, so I'm paraphrasing a little bit. It was along the lines of me saying, how can an older generation? Why does the older generation feel as if that the younger generation can't find or can't do or can't know anything more than they have, and and feel as if, because obviously we're, what I'm saying, we're younger than them, so time is a little bit more on our side, that we walk around in ignorance. And that, yes, now some of us do, and I think, to go off what you just said, I think this is why a lot of younger guys kind of do come around with that ain't nobody help me shit, ain't nobody this and that, blah blah blah, which in my opinion, and like I said, I can only speak for myself, but hell, I can speak for my brothers as well. Y'all got to where y'all at with no fucking help. You know what I'm saying? Like, with no, I'm not trying to say,
facts,
I'm not trying to say it in a
That's
sense
that's
because I
that
have a
that's
father.
valid because there was. Hmm.
they
I
didn't
had a
teach a
father. My
change
bad,
of
my bad.
philosophy. No, I'm finna you cool, you going right back in. So I'm finna drop this mic.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
yeah. Go ahead, brother.
they didn't. Me and you said this a while ago. No one taught us this new philosophy or way of
I
thinking.
didn't
Why
say
do
a
you
word
think?
of shit.
Why do you think Kevin Samuels and all these other brothers that are 50 some are just now creating YouTubes about alpha mentality and doing, being free agents
Right,
and things like that?
right. Right.
this shit is just coming on. This is new philosophy. I mean, it's not new under the sun because nothing is new under the sun, but it's new in the age of era. So go ahead. So and shout
Right.
out LB man for being in the
Yeah,
chat,
for
man.
sure,
Shout out
for sure. Shout
LB.
out LB.
What's good,
And
LB?
you right.
Peace,
It's not
peace.
new. It's not new, but it's getting to the point to where now we can honestly say that the knowledge that we're kicking and the knowledge that they're kicking, and you know what I'm saying, all the other content creators, shout out to them, that they're putting out is not common fucking knowledge. Because at the end of the day, if it was, we wouldn't have these same problems that we're now still talking about. This is not new shit. Like this is not like, you know, aside of the internet era, that's new. But demasculating black men, and you know what I'm saying, black men being absent in the household has been around for a long fucking time. We were I'm 26, bro. So
Facts.
that means I was born in 1994. So that means this shit has been happening for a good damn minute. This is not like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying, y'all just making up some shit, some 2021 shit. Like no, like this is some things that's been brewing for a very long time. And to you know what I'm saying, to you know, put all this together. What I was saying is it's okay for us to try to or not try to, but it's okay for us to voice ourselves and say that, man, listen, I got to where I got, or in my life, this point in my life, because I put in work, or I put myself in positions that older generations didn't put themselves in positions. And this is not to downgrade them, or this is not to. I always pay my respect to my elders. I always pay my respect to the OGs, because if it wasn't for them, like, you know, certain situations as in the military, if it wasn't for the older black sailors and the older black Marines and stuff like that, I just posted one. Shout out to him. They would still be disrespecting the fuck out of me in this military shit. You know what I'm saying? They would still be doing all types of stuff, but the fact that, you know what I mean, they made certain sacrifices to make my situation a lot easier. I'm definitely humble and I'm definitely happy and thankful for that. But now I'm trying to take this shit to another fucking level. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to take our image, because I'm not, I like I said, I can't help the black community just myself. Nor will I, because I'm not gonna let y'all niggas smoke me and just not, you know what I'm saying, and forget about me. But I also want to say that I def I definitely, you know what I'm saying, I definitely am gonna promote a positive image of the melanated man. Not to say that I'm gonna fix everything, but I can make sure that when my time on this planet is done, they gonna say, man, that man Soul, he represented our community in the best way he possibly could, and we thankful to have him here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could ever ask. That's all my mission is. That's all my vision is. So I'm just wrap it up with that as far as that question. I know I kind of rapped for a good minute, but that's my position on that when
No,
it
you
comes to
good, man. That's an amazing point, bro. And again, to segue into the next question, that's a great point to make because again, like I said, bro, it's all about us showing that example, man. And us being the leader of this new revolution, bro. The revolution is not gonna be televised. That's why we get so much flack from, our pops and all that shit. Cause yeah, we are doing shit different. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I don't want to keep bringing it up, but like, bro, yeah, Lil Uzi or Thug now might be doing it different, bro. They might be.
mm,
You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
that's
But
facts.
but what if that leads to kind of the greater good of us missing the whole point of kind of expanding or evolving? Like your point said, bro. Come on now, we know Black Father's been out the home for over 60, 70, 80 years now, man.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's like I said, it's a lot of things that went into that, and
right,
and
right.
it's a lot of things that went into it. It's not like, oh, black men was just like, man, fuck the family. Like nah, it was far from that. But
Mm-hmm.
now
Mm-hmm.
we starting to see and I don't want to disrespect my brothers as far as Young Thug and all of them, because I don't want I don't want to be disrespectful. But these niggas these niggas can't be the leaders, dog. It would be if it was like, okay, yeah, bro, that's the little small division of people who, you know what I'm saying, they do some weirdo shit, they do some nut shit, cool, but you know what I'm saying. As far as the black man as a whole, we don't tolerate none of that geeky shit.
This is the
Period.
real.
You know what I'm
This is the
saying?
real fucking circle. Like I'm not saying
Right? This
as
the real.
far as far as
This
far
the
as
real shit.
time, but
Like,
bro, I think that we won't get over. We will never fucking succeed unless I hate to be selfish. Unless we start to feel the same way I feel about y'all. Like if y'all went on and led
mm,
some shit with the philosophy, bro, I would die for that shit, no doubt. I'm not saying I'd
mm,
be out here just doing anything trying to say I fought for y'all and get killed. Obviously, we do these things because we move in strategy and move strategically. But
right,
it needs to get to that, even if there's other people that we don't talk to, but they have this connection. These the kind of people that are gonna hear this shit and we're gonna reach out to and continue to connect with and bond with and shit like that.
right,
We're
and
only 25
right,
years old. We've been brothers for a decade,
right,
damn near.
easily,
So
easily, and
And that's just starting our life, though. You know what I'm saying? This
that's
is
what I'm
starting
yeah,
a life
saying. But
of building.
we
that's
we
true.
don't we don't think about it
That's,
that deep, bro. It's a lot of niggas that would die for his
Yeah,
homie over a
yeah.
target just so he don't get over some shit that could
yeah,
be easily
and
avoided. But it's
and our
it's, it's
image, and
things like that.
we have to start taking, we have to start really taking real consideration of how we looking, brothers. Like we got to start taking it really into consideration. Like, yo, how are we being seen? Now I don't, now obviously I don't give a fuck what people think, but as far as us as a whole, we have to really start taking into consideration, why are we letting these people represent us to be anything? Because like I said, we can all agree that none of us will wear a dress, none of us will fucking paint our nails. So why are we letting him? That's like if it was another dude on this live right now and he was on some total opposite shit of KK. He was on some total opposite shit of BLK. He was on some total opposite shit of KVA. And we was like, yeah, you know what, bro? We pick you to be on ABC and fucking talk on behalf of us. Like, what the fuck? How? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, how? Like
Right.
that shit wouldn't make no sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, and like I said, it's okay to be individual. This isn't an individual problem. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to stand out, but there needs to be some kind of standard. That's why I said it. At Jay status, like, he can't be in my military, and I mean, and
Mm,
I don't mean that in a sense of he I can't shake bro hand. I'm talking about
Right.
he can't have he would never be able to have influence on my son. He would never
So
have
mm-hmm.
influence
let
on my
me.
nephew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw the wrench in the discussion. Okay.
Okay.
Not saying that what the panel and what we discussing right now is not important, but
Okay.
let me just take the second to kind of, for the people that are listening, will listen and still don't get it. How is this affecting my everyday life? And how we kind, I don't want to, but it's kind of comparison to how the woke community say that the white man is the reason they struggle every day and why they can't
Okay.
do shit. There's gonna be people that are like, well, not acknowledging masculinity ain't really fucking with my everyday shit.
Right.
What's the way to get, maybe not change the way they think, but kind of to put the perspective that yes, like the way you move and how conscious you are of how you move and how you act in the body language you carry, how would you tell them that affects their daily life?
Um, I would say it affects our daily life because black people are the most influential people on the planet. If we don't give a fuck about little
Mm-hmm.
Asian buddy,
Yeah.
we don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
little Asian buddy over there in these other countries doing some weirdo shit. Why? Because he don't got juice like we do, bro. He don't got
At
juice like
all.
we do. bro, when we do things, and like I said, I'm always big up my people as far as our accomplishments, because I feel like when it comes to our accomplishments, they only limit it to basketball and sports and entertainment and stuff like that. But let's just keep it on that subject because that's the most common. When we do things, when we wear our hats certain ways, when we dress a certain way, when we talk a certain way, don't you start to see white boys in the suburbs talk that same way? Asian boys talk that same way. I literally had Asian boy say, "Oh, what's up with the boy? Oh, John, this and oh man, that shit lit as hell on God." Like, bro, he don't talk like that in his
It
crib.
was niggas in the burbs that was,
He
folks
don't
now
talk
all of a
like that.
sudden and shit.
All of a
Like,
sudden, you folks like, come on, bro, now get the fuck off. But I know where you got it from, though. I know, but it's
Mm-hmm.
because, like I said, as black men, I don't want to keep being long winded. As black men, we are the most influential people on the planet, hands down. So when you say, "Okay, damn, how is this affecting your life or how is this affecting our lives?" Is because we are the standard, bro. We are the oh, bro, what's new? What they listening to?
we
They
are the
listening to some nigga
trend,
shit.
yeah, man. And it don't
We
just
listen
end with
I
us
a
agree.
too.
hundred percent,
Like we even they go for society and for the women in our and all people in our group, even
a
amongst
hundred
other
percent.
men too. So we got to be conscious about this shit. I'm not talking that white supremacy conscious shit, man. Like this is real shit to be
Mm-hmm.
aware of, and it's all even just for any man. It's part of being aware of the energy that you carry around. Like motherfuckers
Agreed.
don't
Hmm.
observe, man, and that don't mean sitting around looking for shit to be wrong. Like start to realize where the fuck you fit in, man.
I'm
You
gonna
Hmm.
know,
chime in this
there's
last.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
No,
there
my
there
bad. I'm gonna chime
but
in
yeah.
this point because AK just made a great point. And again, we got to think about it when we walk in restaurants, when we walk in stores, when we walk in business buildings. We got to
We
get
set the
our.
fucking mode.
That's what I'm saying. But we got to get our image or our standard of that image back to greatness, to where every other race or every other walk of life respects us as a black man
Mm.
on his shit or doing or representing the black man. So like again, we talked about this. They'll be scared to kill one of us because they know that 40 other LeBron James strong ass niggas are
I
coming. You
pull
know what I'm saying?
up. I'm
And the
pulling
You know what I'm
up.
shorty
saying? We
looked
pulling
like a
up.
Zion Williamson.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if a bunch of Zions hopped out the car. Like, come on, niggas is
Don't want no
bro.
smoke
Niggas
talking
are
about
going
what's
to
up with that, bro.
run.
Everybody,
You're going to run, Joe. I don't care what race you are. You're going to run because these niggas look like gorillas. We are the most aggressive. You know what I'm saying? We know we can destroy dirt. You know what I'm saying?
like
So,
so say they niggas that get out know they're confident that they with what the fuck
right.
ever. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So,
Like
so, so, like you
all
said,
that
it's
shit.
about representing, bro. Us as black men, we look weak right now as a nation. So that's why everybody's so quick to try us, even ourselves. We
Yeah.
so quick to even try ourselves. But this is why I want to put up this picture and again segue into the next question, which will be again the official topic, family, of if you guys can see the screen, toxic masculinity. It says 43% of boys are raised by single mothers, 78% of teachers are females. So that means that close to 50% of boys have 100% feminine influences at home and 80% feminine influences at school. It says toxic masculinity isn't the problem, the lack of masculinity is. So what I would have to say to that is, and I want to ask the question first. I'm gonna dive on it, and then I'm gonna ask it again to my brothers on the panel. Is the lack of masculinity, is the lack of masculine presence due to men being taken away from the home, or are these brothers just choosing to leave? You know what I'm saying? Because again, we have to understand, men. Let's take accountability. Men, we have the choice to leave. Women don't.
Of
You
course.
know, they had that kid.
Mm.
That's why they. That's why that saying of mama's baby, mother, daddy's maybe, because you know niggas can be like, I'm going to hoop and don't come back for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, the child won't miss a beat because guess what? It's probably with the mother that's gonna give that care and affection. So men have to understand that we have the choice to leave. Ladies don't. So that's a bigger burden on us. We have to take that responsibility and choose to stay in our kids' life, not the woman's life, but the kids' life. Because we have to understand a prince can only, a prince can't never crown himself as a king. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Mm,
prince, a boy can never name himself as a man, kinda. At least as he's a boy.
of
You know what
course.
I'm saying?
I agree. I agree.
So what we see is every prince must be crowned by the king of the house. Even daughters' boyfriends, as we see in traditional masculinity, they used to have to bring them home first. The dad, you know, I always use the example of Martin and Will on Bad Boys when what was his name? Reggie came to the crib. Martin had said, "Nigga, you look 50." On my life, folks had the Kawhi braids in his
At least
head.
30. You should have this.
so so again, we, you know, what we see now is like we see a bunch of single mothers calling their 12-year-old sons the king and the man of the house, which is ass backwards because he's still
Mm,
learning these king traditions, but he's already um um bombarded with king responsibilities.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So these pressures can cause toxic traits in men. So it's not necessarily where you just, you know what I'm saying, you kind of just grow up a weak dude and things like that. No, like the pressure of already being a king at 13 can either push you towards the streets or it can push you to be, you know, display these toxic masculine traits. You know what I'm saying? So again, I want to ask the
Mm-hmm.
question. We can start with my brother AK. Is the lack of masculine presence due to men being taken away from homes? You know, i.e., jail. You know,
Yeah,
niggas
of course.
dying
Because
every day, shit like
let me
that.
say this. Even of course, even the example of just a teacher by itself, how high teacher, female teachers are. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's more of a thing to where women are kind of more known to handle or be a lot better with a group of
Mm-hmm.
children. But also there aren't a lot of male teachers because a lot of these same dudes weren't taught to be, don't have anything to teach. Not saying that that's why, but that could be a reason. Definitely people go up and do pursue other careers in life. They become lawyers, doctors, still essential to the community and the things that they do. But there should be more we should be more teachers. What if men got out here and became, took over in the teacher aspect? What if we heard of a rise of men in teacher employment and things like that? I feel like there are more when it comes to college stuff, but I don't know. But I also think that yeah, the man that chooses not to be there is the reason that we get these numbers right here. Which is crazy because I go to the barber shop every Friday, every other Friday. And I've been going to this barber shop almost 6 years now. The I see more women that bring their son in than the men do. And anything could be going on. Pops is at work or XYZ, but I couldn't imagine having the son and not taking him to get his haircut. That'd just be something that we do type. You know what I'm saying? What you think, so?
that's a great take, brother. That's a great take. Um, I would say again, like my brother said, we do have to take accountability. So I'm gonna start off by saying this. Um, we have to stop no longer, and I know this. I know this for sure, as far as for us as men and for us as brothers. We have to no longer give women or anybody, well, specifically women, the driver's seat when it comes to raising our boys, man. We no longer have to let them be in that driver's seat. It's about time we we sat in that driver's seat and control the situation. From my perspective, looking at these numbers, bro, it tells me that black men specifically have completely allowed women to dictate the minds and the psychology of our boys. Not in this, and like I said, I don't, I can keep saying this over and over. I'm not gunning at our women, none of that. But I'm saying that to say this: we have to start taking control of this. This is unacceptable. As far as boys never having no male teachers in the house in schools, which I never had a male teacher. I mean, a male black teacher specifically. I never actually, other than a few mentors that I've had, that are black. I've never truly had a black teacher in school that was a male. And I think that has to change. And I think starting with us, or with us, I would say, um, we're doing this right now. I think we all. I think all two, like both of us, or me, you, Jay, we both have that thirst or that hunger to teach, or that hunger to guide. You know what I'm saying? Being that we jump on lives and we jump on YouTube, and subconsciously, I feel like we're priming ourselves to be leaders. We're priming ourselves to be fathers before we've actually even had. I know Kay, you've already had a child. That's great. And me and Jay, we haven't had ours yet. But I feel like we're also at this time, presently, right now, we're getting ourselves ready to be in that leadership role and to be in that teacher role, which goes beyond just the children, but also we're the teachers in our women's lives as well. This is why I also don't like this word toxic, because to me, there's just toxic people. Toxic doesn't have a gender, to me specifically. So let's just say women who are too feminine, you can tell that can be a negative by base. Just look how when women take control, and they are completely dominated as far as when it comes to the education system. Look how that has had a turn for the worse. And this is not to say that they can't teach, but it's to say that there's an unbalance, or there's an imbalance in the education system, in the household, and in the community as well, where we have to now step in, man. We have to now step in. We gotta put these basketballs the fuck down. Put these motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? All these stupid shit that we all want. Not, I ain't gonna say stupid, but all these things that we all want to chase, as far as our dreams, some of our goals, or some of our jobs. We need teachers. We need guiders. As far as, you know what I'm saying, not every black man in the hood can be a fucking basketball player and a rapper. I'm tired of that shit. We need some men who we need real boots on the ground. Some men who really gonna try to, you know, make a real difference in the community, and not just, oh man, I had a dream of being of this, and I have, like, we don't need
Hey,
we have enough of those. We have enough of those.
We
How
do.
how can we have black men in the community and say, you know what, I'm saying, I wanna raise my son to be a motherfucking basketball player, the best football player, but mind you, all day through his life, from fucking 1 years old to 18, you let him get raised by a white man. You let him get raised by a white woman. You let him
Mm-hmm.
get raised. You let him get raised by this, and you ain't got nobody who look like you. You don't. But when black people walk
No,
outside
but
their door, they don't have
he ain't
nobody who look
lying.
like them. They don't have nobody who look like them. Literally, like, you go to the grocery store, it's a motherfucking white man fucking serving you some. Even you getting your vegan shit, you gotta go to motherfucking Whole Foods, and that shit 90% white. You know what I'm saying? You
right.
gotta go. You call the police. You know damn well there ain't no niggas sliding through. Like, come on, man.
Right.
It's just like we need to start taking those
That's a good example too. Yeah,
serious
like why, like
roles.
we want to lead. You know, how many of us want to lead and take the leadership of being the cop in the community. Even
Yeah,
how hot that motherfucker is. Are they some of the people that's just gonna have to
yeah,
themselves
bro.
on the line for that
I,
cause?
I, I bet little Dirk ass wouldn't be no firefighter. I bet Young Thug and them wouldn't be no motherfucking mailman. He wouldn't be no fucking police. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
niggas wouldn't
No,
be none
that's
of that
100.
shit. They
No,
wouldn't
that's
be none of that
100.
shit.
That's 100. And I want to say this. That's 100.
These
So
niggas would never be do no
so
shit
that's
like
why
that.
I say I don't think the problem really is the lack of male presence. There's black men everywhere, y'all.
100%,
There are black
100%.
men. But like my brother said, when you're not focused on purpose, when you're not focused on actually learning, listening, and teaching and actually applying, like I'm not gonna say our parents, but like past generations was, like we see our generation is, there, like we see that the enemy is raising our child, whether that be the
100%.
streets, whether that be, like we said, white teachers, or like we said, even black women teachers and things like that, women teachers in general.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't send our, only activity I would say that we can get a little leeway on is niggas do still go to barbershops. Barbershops has been a
Yeah.
pillar in the community. That's the
Yeah.
only activity that black men do and we use as a men thing that haven't went down. But it has a little bit because now they're mixing it with the shops. So now you
Right.
got so now you got women doing hair on the other side. So now we
Who
not
the
even
fuck was
able
I
to
able to go get my shit twisted and
and
take 10 steps
and
to
we
go get a
fact.
fade? Like,
we focus so much. We focus so much on, and like I said, this is just the truth. Y'all know me, man. I'm always keep it a whole stack trillion on here.
Yeah.
We've even when you say, okay, you know what, I want to put my child in the best position possible. Unfortunately, you don't have no black alternatives for none of this shit that you. So if you, bro,
Mm-hmm.
when I got into jiu-jitsu, you want to know something crazy? I ain't never rolled with no black man. I ain't never sparred with no black man on the jiu-jitsu
Mm-hmm.
mat. Why? Because there ain't no motherfucking jiu-jitsu gyms in Trenton. There ain't no jiu-jitsu gyms in Chicago that are mainly black. There is no self-defense. Uh, what would you call it? Institutions. That's the stuff that I'm into. You get what I'm saying? Those are the, you know what I mean.
that's
Those
a
are the
good
things
that's a
that
great
interest
point.
me. So
Yeah,
I
so
have to
so
go.
that
I
that
have
tied
to
to
go.
Michael
Fact.
question right here though.
That's fact.
Mike say, do we need black teachers or black schools?
That's a
Black,
great
black
question.
everything. Black everything. Everything.
Right.
Everything. I mean, I get what he's saying. Though I get what he's
But see,
saying.
the black teachers are gonna build the black schools. I think we gotta start with the black philosophy first.
I was
Like
gonna
this
say
is the
that too. Like
problem. See, because
niggas
this
have
is
to want to be teachable first. Like we have to want that shit,
facts.
bro. We
Facts.
swear to God, oh, but like Chance the Rapper take all this fucking money for these Chicago public schools, and we don't fucking see it, bro. Like they tell you they got these random fucking programs going on, and bro then just
Facts.
donated 2.5 million and shit, bro. And
Meanwhile, the killing
and
is
you
going up.
and you would think that motherfuckers get new books, new
No,
uh,
bro.
a whole new classroom. The school, schools don't start doing lawn maintenance. None of that shit, bro. Like, why the fuck won't he pay somebody that's out here teaching shit? That's an actual teacher
You want to
and
know?
can
You want to
and
know
can
why,
bring
K?
value to that school. Because look at
You
who control his money. He do all this
you want to
independent shit, but he ain't no brother paying him, bro.
you want to know why, K? Because money is easy as fuck to get. It's hard to create some shit, and it don't take no money to create some shit. It don't take no money to create no school, bro. It don't. I'm this is how I'm saying. I'm
Why
tired of
you
these niggas.
think you see how tight NLE Chopper and what's the brother's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about, man. Young Pharaoh.
Yeah,
We didn't see NLE Chopper, run off with Young Pharaoh's script. Why won't he put him in the position to? And a reason could be is because he's young and getting millions of dollars. He don't care about this shit. But why don't other people see that he's getting young Pharaoh involved? Why don't any of them step in and put him in the position to, let's say, broadcast to a wider audience instead of just Instagram and YouTube? You know what I mean? Why?
I,
Where are the people that invest in him? So he make the revenue for himself to possibly do those things. But
but I think
I
because
don't
Listen,
know,
hold on.
man.
because
This be the point right here though. And this is why, like Soul said, black everything. And until we start thinking that, I really don't want to hear black niggas talking about just economics. I don't want to hear
right,
black niggas
right,
talk about
right.
just women and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't
Because this
trying
is
to hear none
why
of
we
that
see,
shit.
um black businesses selling white owned
What the
products,
fuck is
y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's
This is
fact.
why we see black owned businesses selling white products because we're not producing nothing. And like Soul said, it's easy to make money, Joe. I can go like, come on, it's easy to go and just throw your logo on the building and sell some cigarettes and make your flip off of it. But
Easily.
at the end of the day, you still empowering their community because you're going to their teachers for their books. You going to their manufacturers for their products.
Yeah.
So
100%.
we got to get back to promoting the black producers.
100%.
I think, listen, and remember how I said this the other day, how as music changes, the times change, right? So
Mm.
y'all remember they said the DJs and the actual beat makers and the music makers used to be the most important. Like back in Orville Redenbacher in them days, it's not Orville Redenbacher, that's popcorn. Beethoven, them, the
Uh-huh.
composers, the people who actually wrote the instrumental type things was the most important. But now we
Mm-hmm.
see today how the DJ and the producer don't get all the credit, even though the beats matter the most today. But the rapper is
Mm.
still the most prominent. Lil
100%.
Weezy, Lil Weezy beats will never be more popular than Thug, but he
I
the
was
one
gonna
that
say
got
people
Thug
like
on the beat.
Metro and shit like that. Yeah.
So
Southside,
that's the same as in real life. The producers are still behind the scenes all the time and not promoted. Meanwhile, the niggas who just took something and sold it the best, who was able
Mm.
to sell it the best, are the ones that's leading society, bro. And that's why we're so
Mm.
backwards. Because we're not really learning, we just regurgitating. You
We just regret, right,
know
and
what I'm
we just
saying?
trying to flip. We just trying to flip what's already, and it's like I said, it's easy. It's way easier to just get some money up and say, you know what, bro, we just going to donate to Chicago public school system, which I don't have a problem with. That's not what I'm saying. But it's about time we start just creating something brand new, something completely brand new. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a, because obviously I don't, I'm not talking about like completely leaving this, what I'm saying, the education system that's already installed, because obviously you do need it to, what I'm saying, as far as education or as far as status and, what I'm saying, financial literacy and all those things. But it's nothing wrong with us implementing some shit new that can promote and create a real positive influence, that we can, what I'm saying, that we can start from the ground up. And it doesn't have to be so big as far as like, with the Umar situation, or as far as Young Pharaoh, what these guys are trying to do, which I think is great. But we can start a little bit smaller than that, so we can start to build the trust within each other. And you know what I'm saying? And then obviously from generations to generations, I think that's when it will grow.
I agree 100%. So, I mean, I think, you know, I definitely want to get Denzel take on this, but that's a great way to kind of end it on just black, excuse me, black men start trusting each other a little more, or at least building that rapport on the way to trusting and seeing what value we can bring to each other. I said this a
Hmm.
while back. run far away from someone who says you're using me. Yo, you just want to use me.
Mm.
Get far away from a person like that, because that is the point of relationships, is to bring value to each other. Um, this is why I kind of value philosophy the most, because people don't see value in just another man kind of giving you either constructive criticism or just giving you a word of advice, or just throwing a word of advice into the universe, or a new idea into the universe. You know what I'm saying? So that will build trust if we start supporting each other and start showing that, hey, bro, I actually do listen to your philosophy and I try to implement it. So, hey, Denzel, can you hear us correct? All right, man.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, sir. So this, hey, I want you to introduce yourself, and I'm gonna throw just one question at you, just to get your take
Introduce
on it.
myself, shit. Y'all know who I am, man. This is I can't really say no more. I'm already known. I can't really say no more. But all bullshit to
Oh,
say, how
bro.
y'all doing though?
I'm
And
good, man. I'm
definitely,
good.
definitely feeling
That's
pretty
good. That's
good,
good. That's
man.
good.
I'm
That's good.
glad to have you brothers on, on here to get a table that's a virtual table
Yes,
where
sir. Yes, sir.
it's
Yes,
kind of
sir.
like, damn, we just literally sitting down at a table building as black men sometimes, and we need these spaces. That's why I say every week we gonna keep, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep trying to take it a little deeper, man, and get to a basis of what black men should be talking about, and what we want to do about what we're talking about. So let me ask you this, Denzel. Um, is is there a lack of mass, like, is the problem with the Afro community right now the lack of black men present? Like the presence of the black men is absent, or
Yeah.
is it the fact that men are just not as masculine anymore?
You know what, bro? I'm gonna say both, but I'm gonna lean towards the masculinity, and I only say that because the media is so powerful, bro, and they know how powerful our race is, bro, and they know how easily our race is easy. Like our race is very like manipulative, so they could put out anything and we gonna follow it, bro, and that's the problem, bro. A lot of black people are not educated, bro. They always want
Mm.
street cred, bro. Street cred is not where it's at, bro. And I'm
Mm.
not saying that for every black person, but majority of black men, they say, I'm from the streets. I got street. That's not where it's at, bro. And then it's
Mm.
gonna keep continuing. So at one point, do we say, you know what, man, I want to bring out more positivity to the media, not only media, to the community, because monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I just thank God I live in the suburbs, so when I go out, I see people shoveling the snow, helping each other. Versus another
Mm.
black man in the hood, he see killings, drug dealing, so that's all he gonna know. So at the same time, it
Mm.
is your community too. But at one point, do that person say, you know what? I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna be a man to the plate and just step up to the plate. How do we know?
Mm,
What do we
mm,
say? How do we even tell another black man, hey man, don't do that? Because they're gonna be like, man, nah, you
Mm.
soft, don't do that. So at one point, do we,
mm.
like, how do we stop it?
So let me ask all of y'all this, man. Damn, that was a
Mm.
powerful point, bro. I like that. Let me ask y'all this. So overall, it's kind of looking like the lack of respect for black
Mm.
men, or each other in this case sometimes. You know what I mean? Like again, like I used to look at videos or movies, or even just when I talk to my grandpa and them, they'd tell me how black men in general just used to walk past each other and give each other dap or respect. You used to walk past a group of black men with your lady, and you used to feel even more protected. Nowadays, you will walk past like 3, 4 black men with your lady. At least 2 of them gonna be damn sure they what, because
Right.
it's not a respect for you. You know what I mean? And this is just subconscious. They never seen you in your life. Don't know if you got a pole on you or not.
Right.
This is just a lack of respect for each other. That's why niggas will get down on you any and everywhere. because it's really like, hey, bro, to me, you are nothing. You are nothing but a nigga in my way. But if we kind of started looking at each other like, no, you kind of are a valuable asset to the growth of not only me, if I decide to be cool with you, but you may be able to provide value to the child down the street, or another organization, when you get your purpose together, or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So I think kind of if we started you respecting each other and actually looking at each other as valuable just to this earth, bro. Started looking at ourselves and respecting ourselves as like, I am a valuable black man. I think we'll start looking at each other that way. So do y'all think it's a lack of respect for real within us? Just just us among men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we hear again. That's the hypnotism of music and shit. And we hear other people talk about how easy it is to take shit from somebody, or you know what I mean. Just be outgoing and get all the time. And I don't really think that the people that say what up to you when you say what up to them back, them the people that understand that. No matter how
Right.
simple it is, the motherfuckers that get out here try to look hard and you know what I'm saying, look at you up and down. Oh, you ain't from here, bro. Like they don't get that. So
Mm.
the best thing to do for that is to have to continue to have these conversations like this, and we make it a standard to, you know what, if I say what's up to you and ask you how you doing, one, I'm gonna assume you ain't doing well because you ain't say shit. Two, you can't even speak to when another man talking to you, so I know you not really built like that
Right.
to not even acknowledge a motherfucker when they speaking to you. That's some beta shit. That's some weak ass shit.
And I also think that like this is also, I guess, a byproduct or a reaction to what capitalism is as well, because I do believe that when you have a society to where you have you have the top eating so much and you got the middle eating a little bit and then you got the bottom just barely fucking making it, I think that is when you start to you start to create a divide that's even separate between race, because let's be honest. I don't think black people have a problem naturally getting along with each other, because I feel like I get along with my brothers. I get along with other people, other melanated people who I come across, and it's always love. It's always times where I'm in positions or I'm in certain neighborhoods where I don't want to speak on every black neighborhood, but in certain neighborhoods where obviously the financial situation isn't at its best, that's when you start to feel or you start to come across situations where you in positions where now you dealing with people who just had a whole not just a fucked up day, but they've been having a fucked up 5 years, a fucked up 10 years, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, that is shaped how they that is just shaped their character, not even just how they came across when they come across you or they come across anyone else. But these are people who have been, you know what I'm saying, going through some real deep shit for all their life. So I think capitalism as well has definitely played a part in just the whole social dynamic, because you know what I mean. I know that other ethnicities have the same issue. It might not be on a microscope as much as, like I said, black people are, but I know for damn sure white people be robbing the fuck out of other white people when it comes in these certain neighborhoods that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I mean, Chinatown and all this shit, niggas that get down on you, you know what I'm saying? Because they all hunting for that dollar. You know what I'm saying? They all, you know what I mean? Niggas bellies is fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not trying to hear none of that. Oh, my brother, you know what I'm saying? We should be joining together. Like, nigga, I gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Facts,
know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like, my
No,
family
facts,
fucked
facts.
up. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right,
No,
right.
facts. Meek Mill said that shit a while back. One of his best bars. You know what I'm saying? what I'm gonna tell them if I ain't gonna feed them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
But
I mean
but at one
that's true. But again, that's off the initial respect level of what value do I see in this man, where I shouldn't have to feed you. I could just give you the recipe to cooking your own meal. And see,
right.
that's the problem. A lot of black men are not trying to cook their own meal no more. We don't want to read the recipe book. We don't want to add sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Because a
Yeah.
lot of because like I said, bro, we come from, you know what I'm saying, like it all come down to slavery, bro. They didn't want blacks to read anyway, bro. So, and the way you think about it, that shit kind of coming back nowadays, bro, because then again, we ignorant, bro. You know what I'm saying? Our race is very ignorant, bro. Let's just be real, bro. We're very ignorant in race, bro. It's a very ignorant race, but at the same time, how do we stop it, bro? Let's just be real here, bro. Like, come on now, like
Right. How
how
can
we
we?
talking in slang, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck if you come on now. Like, even I'm ignorant in some part, bro. But at one point, bro, we have to teach. We can say this shit all day, bro. But at one point, bro, we have to show our brothers better than even, you know what I'm saying, telling them. We have to really show them, because I can see a brother on the street and tell him what I've been through all day. If he don't see my point of view, he gonna be like, oh well. But and that's we show him though, bro. We gotta start really showing our brothers, bro.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
You know,
But
like, and
what
I
do
feel
you
like,
say? What do you say to the brothers that is showing again a new philosophy?
yeah, bro, that's the thing, bro. They don't wanna show that side though, bro. But it's up to that. Like, I'm not gonna say it's up to that person or us, up to us to really, get out there to the community,
Nah,
bro.
nah,
Because
you said it right the first time. It's up to them. Like
yeah,
it's up to them. Like, and I'm not trying to be a savage, but you know what I'm saying. That's that real shit. If
exactly,
Right.
bro. What I said is
only
real, bro. It's up to
yeah,
them.
that's no, you talking real shit. At the end of the day, if and like I said, everybody got dealt a bad.
Yep.
Somebody got dealt a bad hand, and I'm not trying to, saying put them down on that.
Right,
But
right.
at that point, at some point, it's like, yo, I gotta flip whatever the
There
fuck
you go.
whatever hand the Almighty gave me. I need to figure out how to flip that shit. If not, I will perish.
There you go.
Period.
There you
If
go.
not, I will perish. Now, and like I said, it is up to us as men to keep promoting and keep giving the option out there.
Yep.
But if I reach my hand and you say, "Man, fuck that, nigga,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want your hand," bro, I fuck you too, then, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't know what to really say. And like I said, I know that might come off. It might come off as some real, you know what I'm saying, evil shit. But this is like I said, this is something that's way deeper than black or any of these things. When it comes down to us as men, because like I said, this is a men topic. We have the absolute like, bro. I have 100% the choice to be on this live. I have 100% the choice on what the next 5 minutes I do. You know what I'm saying, in my life, or the next 10 years. I have 100% that choice. They have 100% that choice as well. So if they don't choose to reach out, man, shit, hey. You know what I'm saying, nigga? You like being broke, or you like being fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how else to really say it. I don't know how else to really say it. You comfortable being, you know what I'm saying? You comfortable being toxic, or you comfortable being, you know what I mean? Like, what else can I say to niggas? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else can you really say, bro?
That's the point, bro. Like motherfuckers know too, and they don't care. Cause then you say something, then you hating, or if it's anything that be the shit too. Like, and y'all know we had this conversation before. Like people instantly cancel out other people that don't think like them. Like niggas want a whole group to think the same way they do. Now, I'm not saying like you don't have the morals and the standards, like I said earlier, but I I'm able to expand the way I think and the connections that I have because I know how to respect other shit that's coming to me. It's motherfuckers that want you to think the same exact way they do, or
Mm,
they can't fuck with you, or you this type of person now, and we let that shit affect us. We like to dish this shit out, but then it come to us, and then it's yeah, I'm gonna judge you all for some shit you don't agree with me, y'all. We can
yeah,
all sit here and agree that like me and Jay always say, like, bro, rape is some shit I would never tolerate. Like, that's a standard. Like, if I knew somebody that did it, if I ever heard that you did, you're gonna fucking get dealt with. Like, that's the like that type of
Yeah,
standard. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even that
yeah.
intense, but yeah, it's
And
too many of us trying to fit in, bro, because the people that we associate with don't think like that.
and we got to make this, and we have to start making the sacrifice. And like, and sometimes, like I said, the sacrifice could be, man, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I might have these dreams and ambitions, but you know what I'm saying? My family need me today, or my woman needs me today, and she needs me to do this, and she needs me to do that. My family needs me. You know what I mean? We all make sacrifices, bro. We all have to make these sacrifices for us as
Right.
men individually, to, you know what I mean, to better our plight. Now, shit, that sacrifice might not be easy. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, like I could say this a million times, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it as far as when it comes to real power, you know what I'm saying? Shit, we don't want to sacrifice it. We don't want to sacrifice. We are lazy, and we want to sit back and let other people decide our fate. And then we complain and say, damn, why is there no fucking men in the church? Why is there no men in in the education system? Why is there no man in this? Why is there no man in that? It's because these niggas don't want to. They all want to be rappers and singers and actors and rappers and
Mm-hmm.
basketball players and shit. And they don't want to. They don't want to ever sit back and be like, man, but damn, bro, like, you know, maybe I should just hang this shit up just for a little bit and just work a job, or find a career, or, you know, find other alternatives to better my situation for right now. I know I still have these dreams and ambitions, and I still want to chase them, but what can I do to put my family in a better position? You know what I'm saying? Going forward, I feel like we have to make those sacrifices, even if, you know what I mean, we don't necessarily like them at the time.
Man,
Even if we don't.
that's powerful. So that's powerful, bro. Even sacrificing sometimes your dreams, brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily sacrificing them forever. And this is why I'm actually
Facts,
gonna
facts.
have a bill on how psychological time and us keeping track of time has destroyed the black man as well. Um, and specifically the black man, but all men and all humans, period.
Right.
But I want to say the black man because you know the odds are against us, and again, we have to build. We are in charge of building because we have to bring this change to the planet. Every other race is eating good right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
it's us that gotta be hungry. You know what I'm
Off
saying?
our
We can't
shit.
expect people to be hungry, you know, be hungry for us. So, you know what I'm saying? To be closing out, family, we just kind of want you brothers and just us ourselves, you know, our solution should be again, start within. Start within.
Mm,
Get a purpose about yourself. You know, I know you guys are hearing a lot about purpose right now. Get a purpose. Get something that gets you up every day. That won't that like literally a purpose doesn't have to be I'm trying to make 25 million and shit. Your purpose could be I want to be the healthiest I can be, or I actually want to, you know, get smarter or things like that. Something that wakes you up every morning and puts you in a positive state of mind that tells you as a man you're actually going to create something or attacking something. I think for men, a lot of black men right now don't have that purpose. So we even subconsciously and mentally, physically feel like we're not valued or like we don't
mm,
have value. That's why you see a lot of the Pookie and Ray Rays willing to risk their life even when they have children at home, because we're told every day that just because our goal, like my brother Soul said, isn't to rap and you know have the biggest chain on. Your goal may be just to be the best garbage man on the block because that's really serving the community. You know,
right.
you're going to be looked at as middle class or just lower class. I'm here to tell you, brothers, that that's not. Those are the traditional masculine jobs. See, this is why my
100%.
grandpa and them used to always tell me, like, nigga, just go to work. Stop
Yep.
trying to think of
100%.
where to work and where to. nigga, just go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
niggas, you know what I'm saying? Cause
You
I
trying to
that's what I'm
finesse the shit.
that's
You
what I'm
trying to
saying. Like
finesse the shit.
I used to like when I was younger, AK, you know it, bro. I used to tell you like, nigga, I'm finna quit, Joe. I'm only here. Y'all remember that Martin
Right.
episode, nigga? I was here for
Bro
2 weeks.
was
I'm ready to quit,
17,
Joe.
18 felt like we was entitled to be in them big positions, making all that
Right.
shit. Like, you know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
Like, bro,
right.
you know
Cause
So,
what
that's
I'm
what you
saying? You
want. Like, bro,
only,
I'm fresh out of high school, still in
yeah,
high
right, nigga,
school.
just go get a job at TJ Maxx and shit. Like that's what I'm saying. But see,
yeah.
we was already thinking like, no, nigga, I need to have a car. I need to. But that's because we did because if you think about it, listen, who did you see pulling up to the basketball courts back then in they cars?
Mm,
And
mm.
then who had to like, hey bro, you would go get, hey bro, you would slide on me. It was
Still, now I gotta bring my whip back to the, you
that's
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
saying. It was black men because
right.
Hey, you know, bro,
because
now they pull like drinking, driving they shit.
you know what I'm saying.
It's they shit,
So
like.
so like for real, black men, like you know what I'm saying. Just again, know your beast, man. Know what wakes you up. Know what puts you in that positive mode. And we're gonna keep talking about solutions, but I feel like the best solution we got from today that is it's not a lack of masculinity out here, bro. You niggas just
Mm-mm.
ain't looking in the right place. Like
They letting these women influence them and shit, get them all
Bro,
fucked up. Like, you
they
know what I'm
letting
saying?
them
Like
tell them what a
like,
real
bro,
man is,
stop,
bro. Like they
stop letting your lady dress you and shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't get what the
stop
fuck.
letting the
Like,
bitch tell you, like,
stop,
you know, the
yeah, like,
real nigga, the real man. Like, bro, fuck what the
bro,
fuck,
no,
like.
no,
oh,
no
AK
cap.
say that point. AK say that point. Say that point one more time.
Yeah, bro, it's a lot of men that let the woman dictate what a real man is
Oh
and what the
shit.
real
Yeah,
man do. You know what
bro,
I'm saying?
bro, no cap. I literally just seen a little boy. He had to be no older than like 8 or 9 years old. I was in the mall, like JC Penney and Macy's, one of those. And the his mom was like, "Oh, you should wear this or whatever. I like this." And he was like, "Nah, ma, I don't like that." You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And she like, "But baby, I'm telling you, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean. I think it would be really nice on you." But at that moment, he should have been like, "Bitch, then I just fucking tell you no." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Hey,
Like, why the fuck? Why the
hey,
why are you still trying
Shit
to
up
like?
for discussion. I just said it.
Nah,
facts
but
though.
not in no disrespect that way, but like it's like, come on, man, it's like you feel me, like,
That's fact.
and I was like, bro, like I know, bro, it's his mom, so he's scared to like tell her, like, you know, what I'm saying no and shit. But like that be the times where it'd be like, but see now, I guess he gonna wear the shirt, and then now he gonna always be searching for that female
I was
validation.
just
But
gonna
but
say.
but, but
I was just gonna say.
I used
See,
to be in
yep,
that box though. Like
yep,
when I
yep.
was, bro,
This,
even just kind of even being into like you know what I'm saying, the shit I'm into, Dragon Ball Z, and still like watching like actual like kid shows and shit. Not that this is what I spend all my day fucking doing, but a woman to be like, don't no grown man watch none of that cartoon. You
right,
know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like
right.
I like.
Like, how you gonna
I
tell
lived on my
me?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still going to
Right.
work, like you know what I'm saying,
But be
got my own shit, you know what I
yeah.
mean? But you like, yeah, don't
But
no
be
grown man do that shit. Like what the fuck?
right, but single as fuck. So how the hell you know what a grown man is? Like
Yeah,
get the
that's what I'm
fuck out.
And
saying.
they had no daddy though. They
Yeah,
didn't come from
yeah,
bitch with no
yeah.
daddy.
That's what I'm saying. Grew
They
up with
come
no
from bitch
dad,
with no pops.
barely had a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they know.
Because their mother said,
Yep, did
I
the
got fucked
same
up so
shit.
bad. That's what you need to be doing so you don't end up like this. Like
Right.
you go get the nigga that got the bag and got his own. Like y'all, come on, y'all done heard the script. Females, we was sophomores, juniors in high school. Females talking about like, yeah, I only date motherfuckers with a car and a job and shit, and I
Yep,
need one with a bag. Like, bro, what the fuck, bro? We in high school, like. What
yep.
is you
Right.
expecting from me at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers spend, you know,
Right.
40, 60 on the date, you know, on the date, bro. But like
Right.
Yeah.
they
No,
like
that's
we
100.
took a lot of that shit to heart because we thought we had to be self sufficient and that productive for somebody else that early.
Right. When it should have been for ourselves that early.
And
And see,
that was
that
the
be the
perfect times
problem.
for people, and there are people that did establish that, but that's the time you supposed to realize if you a hustler or not, like if you gonna go get this shit or you not, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody else telling you to, because you know you either need it, and partake in this shit that costs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I know I wanted the best fucking shoes like ever, and I knew I had to work to have it
That's
I got,
fact.
I got a
because I
question for
wanted
y'all.
it
I
for
got a
me.
question for y'all real quick. I got a question for y'all real quick. This is a little bit off subject, but it's really like I really want to ask. What what do y'all think? How do y'all think about when y'all just on internet in general? But let's just say for the lack of this discussion, let's say Facebook, Instagram, all this stuff. That literally women are like they're not. It's not even to the point to where they're hiding their beauty. Like women are literally like showing their ass like on every video, every picture, and like I know y'all seeing that, right? Like y'all seeing like bro, like this is like sex is being completely promoted on all platforms. TikTok has now became porn, bro. Fucking Instagram has now became porn. Like I'll be like, what the fuck? Like how is this shit getting so like out of control? Like what y'all think of like what do y'all think on that? Like why is this shit getting so popular now? Or like cause you know
Who
what I
it
mean when
come
we were
from? It come from us. Like all these challenges and shit, the June bug challenge. Like you ain't seen no white motherfucker kill that shit. You be like, yeah, let me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
come on,
see,
bro.
here's why
Like,
I wanna. So I wanna save
what
that
you say
question
on
for
that?
next week because that's a whole nother. That's a
That's
whole
a
nother
whole other
deal.
job. That's a
Because
whole
actually,
other.
so let me do this. So the next question I want to ask next week, fellas, is did men um like start superimposing a fairy tale reality on women first? Or did women start imposing it on us? Like, did
damn.
we start saying, I want a long hair, I want a thick ass, I want it, like, did we start doing that first? Or did they start being like, I want a nigga with some money, I want a nigga with the cash, I want a nigga with the bag, you know what I'm saying? So we really need to we really need
Who
to,
started trying to
you know
get
what I'm
more
saying?
from who
Because
first?
who,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, who started? Because so, and this is where I'm gonna need, we really gonna dive deep on semen retention and porn, because I was having that conversation the other day about how a lot of men are watching porn every day and they seeing these bitches gobble gobble throat down to they gobble gobble down dick, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. And then they going back to their girlfriends or a regular female, like, yep, do this to me.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? But bro ain't did none of this hair nappy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
But saying got no bread. You know what I'm saying? He drove your car over here. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't pay no
But he,
bill, no
you know what I'm
job, nothing.
saying?
But
No
yeah,
job, but
I
you
think
coming
Homo
home.
said shit. He said you shouldn't even be thinking about cracking if you ain't got no
Facts.
job.
No, facts. So I'm literally writing that down now, bro, because that's
That's
gonna
funny
be a
as shit.
powerful stream. That's
Wow,
gonna
yeah,
be
that's
powerful.
gonna be crazy. We might need the whole night. Y'all call off the next day after that shit. 'Cause
No, for real. Like, we gonna need y'all all back in the building, because this one gonna be powerful. Who I'm finna look up stats. Who was the first nigga to sing? You know what I'm saying? Let
we
me
can
hit it
start
with
who
the
sold
stats.
like yeah, like who sold what record from what artist. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause if it
For
was from
real.
like Trina and
Okay,
shit,
okay,
you know it
okay.
was definitely like
On
get the
me,
bag, fuck you,
Lil
I
Kim
fuck the
or
nigga,
something. You know
all
what I'm
that,
saying? Like,
or
so
was
we
it like
gotta we
Whitney
gotta
now?
see. Was it a white
What
person that started it? So we gotta see. You know what I'm saying?
what it what
Oh,
date what date does next
I
Monday
gotta
fall
do.
on? What
Huh?
date what date does next Monday fall on? So I can like you know what I'm
Oh
saying make
yeah,
get
let
my
me make
schedule up.
sure. Facts. Let me make sure. Hold on, let me
That's the
see.
15th.
15.
God damn, I got duty that day. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't see.
okay.
I don't, man. Fuck that. I'm gonna finesse that shit somehow.
So you definitely don't
Somehow,
want to.
some
We
way.
definitely don't want to take you from the duty,
Brother,
but
get
no, that's gonna
honorable,
be powerful,
dishonorable
Joe.
discharge. Trying to bring you
That shit.
up like
For trying to be on the stream, but
that.
I'm gonna be like, hell
They gonna be screaming his name, and he gonna be in the bunker, in the room watching this shit, going crazy.
They funny as
but
hell.
man, Joe, but man, brothers, man, I definitely appreciate this build. Yeah, as y'all can see, you know what I'm saying? We can build. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah,
I
for
Yeah,
like
sure.
this
shit
kind of
happen. Yeah,
platform because it's like it ain't no cutting off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hear niggas skip.
Bro, bro, ain't no internet connection, none of that shit. I'm real tired of that shit.
Ain't none
bro.
of that
Cause
Instagram
rest
shit.
in peace. To what we
Yeah.
used to do on YouTube from Google.
Oh,
Oh,
Google
bro,
Hangouts and
hangout,
The
shit.
hang, bro. Rest
hangout.
in peace, Hangouts. God damn.
Never do that shit no more.
Low key,
Uh,
I thought it was risky adding another motherfucker to the stream. I'm like, ooh, oh
yeah.
no, this shit might shut down. Oh, gee.
But man, definitely, brothers, man. So again, man, this was powerful. I appreciate y'all, brothers, for
For sure,
joining in,
man.
man. Appreciate all those who was watching as well and who gonna catch the playback. Drop comments, hit that like button so we can, get in the YouTube algorithm, man. We kind of want to pop up on that front page sometimes. Y'all like the
Right.
video, Joe. That shit is free.
Hey, for real,
It's
I'm gonna
free
leave
to
this
like
in
these
the intro
videos.
next video too, man. Get on SoundCloud, bro. Go check
Yeah.
out Jalahi's life on SoundCloud and
For
AKL
sure,
Dujabra on
for sure,
SoundCloud,
Come on,
man. And my
Lord,
brother
nigga.
for
Soul
sure,
is on YouTube too, man. Come
for
on,
sure,
stop
for
it.
sure.
I'm That'll have to be a few weeks from now or something.
Lord.
It's
For sure,
No,
for
for real,
sure.
shit. This last month, me and bro done put out 3 projects and shit. Y'all
Man,
said
bro,
y'all want to see black men that's just doing what they love and you know what I'm saying, promoting a good image.
for real.
This is where
right,
it's at, man. My brothers really got that. So, you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure,
Again, keep putting in that work. Enjoy the rest of y'all week, man. It's Monday. Y'all know how we keep that momentum going.
for
Man, I
sure.
love y'all though. Much peace,
Oh, y'all
much
too,
love.
man.
Salute.
We out.
Peace,
Appreciate
peace,
you.
man. Peace.
Yes, sir.